Today we're diving into visceral fat, how to know how much you have and how to attack it at its core. So let me summarize what happens in your body when you have more than just 1 pound of visceral fat. Your body doesn't break, but its hormones get rerouted, especially if you're under chronic stress. When you're under chronic stress, your body pulls from its hormonal currency hormone, pregnenolone, to keep up with cortisol demand. This quietly drains the hormones responsible for metabolism, sleep, and vitality. But at the same time, something even more powerful is happening. Inflammation, not only from the cortisol production, but from fat, and especially visceral fat. The inflammation from these things activates a gene that ramps up the enzyme aromatase. This converts testosterone into estrogen for men and women. And as estrogen rises and becomes dominant, it interferes with your liver's ability to respond to growth hormone, essentially blocking your body's ability to burn fat and repair itself. This is the real reason many people feel stuck. So you might not be lacking discipline, but you might be dealing with a signal interference. And if visceral fat is one of the main drivers of that signal issue, then that's exactly where we need to focus today. And visceral fat isn't just extra weight. It's been linked to up to a 3 times higher risk of heart disease and metabolic disease, even in people who don't look overweight. But first, how do you know how much visceral fat you have? Well, it can be tricky, but my favorite way is to get a DEXA scan. That can tell you exactly how much visceral fat you have. Ideally, you want your visceral fat under about 1 pound, or a visceral fat index under 6. And I'll show you an example of that in a minute. I got a DEXA scan not too long ago, which showed my visceral fat at 0.1 pounds, which was encouraging. But listen, I get it. I haven't always had it easy. I've been out of shape. I've been spinning my wheels, working out daily while still looking kind of soft. And I'll tell you what my secret was. So I really started thriving after I learned how to put muscle on, and more importantly, how to control my own response to cortisol. Meaning I had to learn how to thrive even in really stressful situations. Pretty stressful things, I promise you. But now, no matter what comes my way, I seem to have some sort of physical resilience. And I can tell from my blood work, my sleep quality, my ability to get stronger, and my body composition. And I've said this before, but I have really been enjoying using a Hume body pod analyzer to track my body composition. I started playing with at-home scales and analyzers to see if they could come close to my DEXA scan, and I did find that Hume Health's body pod does that. For me, it had the same exact readings as my DEXA scan. And I can see my visceral fat index, which gives me a low score, which is consistent with that 0.1 pounds of visceral fat I got in the DEXA. And so I got Hume Health to sponsor this video because I really like my body pod. And not only can I track my muscle mass, my fat mass, my weight, but I can use this information to tell if stress is getting to my body or not. Take that for what it's worth, but thank you to Hume Health. I think the product's great. You can get a Hume Body Pod Analyzer using the link in my description. My discount code stacks on top of Hume's current sale to save up to 50% off the total. And that's good for 7 days, and you can use an HSA or FSA for one. So now that we have some measurement tools, what's next? How do we slay this beast, this visceral fat causing so many problems? Well, I'm gonna give it to you in layers because this isn't just one hack, this is a system. So layer 1, turn your metabolic engine back on. You want to activate your AMPK pathway. This is your body's burn calories mode. And the most reliable ways to do that are exercise, like zone 2 cardio when you're doing work, but you can still hold a conversation. And also resistance training, muscle building. Building and keeping muscle is non-negotiable. I am telling you, the more muscle you have, the better your metabolism will be. And then there are things like cold exposure. My favorite activity is cold plunging. There's a link for my favorite one in the description. Cold plunging has massive benefits for your body and can increase your overall metabolic rate. It activates brown fat, which helps deplete the fuel sources that visceral fat thrives on. See, it's all about teaching your body to utilize energy again. I like to think of AMPK as like a body's fuel sensor. When it's on, your body is a furnace. And when it's off, your body is a warehouse. Layer number 2. fixing the input, or how you eat. This is where most people get confused, and so I'll make this very simple for you. Number one, prioritize fiber, not for detox reasons or just for pooping, but because it improves insulin sensitivity and it helps regulate your gut. And it also can lower cholesterol. And also eat in a way that stabilizes your blood sugar. My favorite way to do this is to heavily prioritize protein. Strategic fasting or intermittent fasting can help too, but only if it lowers your cholesterol, meaning you don't feel stressed out or depleted by doing it. And speaking of, the third layer is lower your cortisol. If your cortisol is staying high, the whole system stays stuck. And let me be clear here, you're not trying to eliminate stress. You're trying to stop living in it and letting it control you. So building a resilience to stress is massive. The more you live, the more stressful things you encounter, and sometimes that's just how life works. But you improve by getting better at handling it. And if that means that you finally break down and get a therapist, or you quit the job that's been suffocating, or you just start exercising consistently to metabolize your cortisol. See, these are all ways to build up your armor against stress. And I say all of this because cortisol isn't just a feeling or a stress hormone, it is a fat storage signal. When cortisol is high, it tells the body, we are in danger, you need to dump sugar into the bloodstream. But if you don't do anything with that, then you store it as fat, and sometimes deep visceral fat. And when you can manage stress, you're literally teaching your biology that the threat is over, so it finally feels safe enough to let that visceral fat go. Layer number 4, manage your hormonal conversion problem. Meaning, let's talk about this aromatase, this estrogen dominance. If you end up estrogen dominant and your aromatase is high, you are still fighting upstream because your body is actively converting testosterone into estrogen. Not randomly, but because your fat tissue is inflamed and it's being told to make more aromatase. So there's a couple of supplements that you can try for this, like DIM, which can change how your liver processes estrogen. It shifts estrogen metabolism away from a proliferative phase towards a more protective or good estrogen pathway. And then there's calcium D-glucarate, which can decrease the reabsorption of estrogen and increase its clearance from the body. And these supplements can help just subtly. You can't rely on supplements to do this for you. Layer 5, advanced tools for my biohackers out there. Now, some of this is theoretical and may only apply in the future when some of these things are approved for human use. But just know that not all of these are right now. Let's talk about the GLP-1 therapies like tirzepatide or retatrutide. These can attack insulin resistance at its core and reduce visceral fat. In fact, the studies on tirzepatide showed a 30% reduction in fatty liver. And in the studies in retatrutide, that number is jumping to 80%. And we're seeing direct visceral fat loss on that one. The peptide testosterone has specific effects on visceral fat reduction. In the studies done with this one, visceral fat reduction was 15 to 20% over about 6 to 12 months. And it's important to note that the people studied for testosterone were people with HIV-associated lipodystrophy. The peptide mots-c, also not FDA approved for human use, is pretty well studied for metabolic signaling. Mots-c as a peptide therapy has been shown in animals to activate AMPK, increase glucose utilization, shift fat metabolism towards fatty acid oxidation versus storage, and it also improves insulin signaling and reduces metabolic stress at the cellular level. But you need to know this, these work best when the signals are already improved, not as a shortcut around them. And to sum it up, well, sometimes the best thing to do is not simply focus on losing weight and visceral fat, but trying to change the signals that the body is receiving. Because when the signals change, fat loss and metabolic efficiency stop being a fight for you and they start becoming a natural side effect. I'm Dr. Ashley Frazee. As you can tell, I'm a massive nerd, but I just like understanding what's really going on in your body so I can better guide my patients and also share the details with you. I hope this video helped you. If you liked it, please hit like for me and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. I hope you have the best day.